The crew of the Space Shuttle Challenger honored us for the manner in which they lived their lives. We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them this morning as they prepared for their journey and waved goodbye.
Almost 40 years ago now, that was President Reagan speaking on the night of the Challenger space shuttle explosion, January 28th of 1986. Former NASA astronaut, former ISS commander, as a matter of fact, Leroy Chiao is our guest right now. It's always one of those where were you then type of moments, probably the earliest I remember in my life where those moments. You know, I was in third grade. Remember they used to wheel in the cart with the television because of Krista McAuliffe, of course. All students were looking forward to watching this, and we all watched it and saw what happened. And it's, you know, forever ingrained in so, no matter how old you were. What do you remember 40 years later, or what should the country be talking about?
Yeah, I was in graduate school. In fact, I was in the middle of filling out the application for NASA. You know, I just a few weeks ago had received it in the mail, and this was back in the day where everything's on paper, so I was in the middle of completing that. Quite a shock watching it on the news and just in disbelief with the rest of the world, the rest of the nation. But you know, taking away from that is that we have to be careful in spaceflight and not become complacent, and it seems like over 20 years that kind of happens. We saw it on the Apollo 1 fire. And then it took 19 years, almost to the day later, we had Challenger. And then, you know, just about 20 years or so, a little over 20 years later, we had Columbia. And so it seems, you know, we've just got to stay vigilant and not get complacent. It doesn't just go for spaceflight. It goes for everything where there are critical operations and critical engineering and technical support. We just have to not get comfortable with things that don't look right and just get used to it.
You know, Challenger's remembered because of Krista McAuliffe, who was to be the first teacher in space, but there are so many other astronauts that we should remember as well. We can put their names up on the screen if we have that now. And what would you say about, well, first of all, so much has changed since then, but what would you say the legacy of this space shuttle crew is and what Challenger, what that disaster led to, you know, in subsequent years?
Yes, unfortunately, it did take the accident to kind of shock everyone back into, hey, you know, this vehicle is not quote unquote operational. It's not a space truck. This is still very much an experimental vehicle. This is the first time we've had a winged orbital spacecraft, and so we've got to go back and make sure that we have our arms around all the technical issues and not get comfortable and just say, oh, well, it's worked last time, so it's going to work again, you know, which is what happens when you get complacent in these things. So their legacy is that, you know, unfortunately it took this accident to bring us kind of back to where we were and bring NASA back to the point of questioning everything. And the culture really did shift after that. I hadn't arrived here at NASA yet, and, you know, it was still 4 years from arriving, but I could sense it even when I arrived 4 years after the Challenger accident. But unfortunately, as I said, with Columbia, we got complacent again and kind of repeated some of those cultural mistakes. Yeah. And it took Columbia to bring us back again.
And now it's in, as I said a moment ago, such a different place. But still, there's so many people who are fascinated by space and the possibilities and what might come of it. What would you say about space travel and exploration and the state of it in the United States now, of course, with private industry so much more involved?
Sure. No, this is an exciting time. We're just getting ready to launch Artemis 2, launching the first astronauts into the vicinity of the moon for the first time since 1972. So this is going to be exciting. Hopefully it'll go in early February, but we'll have to see. There are a number of logistical issues being juggled right now. SpaceX, as you kind of alluded to, in Blue Origin, but SpaceX, especially with the Starship, the most powerful rocket ever built and operated, it's you know, getting ready for its 12th flight test. And of course, SpaceX has already caught the main booster a few times, successfully refurbished and reused one of them. So not only have you got the most powerful rocket ever in the history of the world, they've shown that they can reuse it. So very exciting times. You know, SpaceX has a version of the ship will one day take around 100 people at a time to Mars, right, for a colony.
It's crazy.
And that's a few years off, but exciting. It's definitely exciting times.
We keep moving forward, and also remember those Challenger astronauts 40 years ago. Leroy, thank you. Leroy Chiao with us.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.